All right, Eugenio, good afternoon to you, sir.
Hey, good afternoon.
All right, thanks. Glad to have you on with me today to talk about your movement.
Thank you. We're moving fast.
All right. So, first of all, tell me about your organization, Cannabis Now. Tell me about why you started this and what the organization is all about.
Sure. Cannabis Now is the leading thought leader in the emerging post-prohibition cannabis and hemp space. We started Cannabis Now in 2009 as a reflection for a huge need for legitimate, mature, and modern conversation around the cannabis and hemp plant.
Mm-hmm. When people hear about just cannabis or just the whole marijuana thing in general, people just think that it's just an excuse for people to get high. You know, silence those people. Speak to that.
It's absolutely not about just getting high. I will say that there is a legitimate minority group that does enjoy getting high, whether they're golfing or doing art or relaxing at the end of a long day. And there are even the aggressive users that will abuse the substance, but they have widely become a very, very small sector of the industry and of the space. Currently, what we're seeing is the emergence of a health and wellness and a very, very strong medical community of users. People with glaucoma or arthritis, people who aren't even using the THC aspects of the plant for gout or for just mellowing out throughout the day from the general stresses of life.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing. The industry is coming out of this high times stoner culture and moving into an enlightened, therapeutic, spiritual expression of the plant, and it's really beautiful to see. However, it really needs education, support, and guidance. Think about back in the day when the organic food movement was coming around in the 70s and 80s, and actually right now we're here in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, where we're doing the first ever official event for hemp and CBD, and just down the road is Whole Foods Market. Whole Foods Market had to educate their consumers on what it meant to eat healthy, to shop farm to table, to eat organic.
Right.
And that's very reflective of what Cannabis Now is doing also in the space.
Gotcha.
We're teaching the consumers how to understand this new plant and how it can benefit them in every stage of the process.
Can you explain the difference? Because I'm seeing this more and more now. CBD oils and CBD products. Can you describe what the difference is between that and THC marijuana? Or is there a difference?
The difference between CBD and THC?
Yeah.
So it really comes down to physics and to the DNA of the plant. So there is a plant called cannabis. So think of it as like a rose. However, just like the rose, there are many different colors and variations of the rose. So with the cannabis plant, there are many, many hundreds and thousands of different combinations that you can make from the cannabis plant. However, back in the early 30s, there was a law that was passed that made it illegal to have this cannabis plant. However, it was determined that if there was a cannabis plant that had 0.3% or less THC, which is one of the active ingredients in cannabis, then it would be furthermore defined as a hemp varietal of the cannabis plant, which for the real geeks out there, it's the cannabis sativa variety of the plant, which traditionally grows very, very tall, has really, really thick stalk, has smaller leaves, doesn't really produce a lot of oil or big buds,
right?
As they're being called now. But so technically, from a government point of view, is really where you get the difference between a hemp plant and a non-hemp plant. CBD can come from any plant. However, the hemp varietals produce a small amount of oil, and the non-hemp varietals have bigger buds and more oil.
Gotcha.
So CBD is just one ingredient in the cannabis plant. THC is a sister ingredient.
Gotcha.
THC will cause your body and your mind to be affected in a much stronger direct impact way. CBD also will impact you However, it's not going to affect your mind as quickly as THC does. It's kind of like taking a shot of tequila. If you take a shot of tequila, you're going to feel it immediately. You drink a non-alcoholic beer, you're still, there's no alcohol in there, but you're still having a beer.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of how I see the difference.
Gotcha. Okay, you broke it down so eloquently, I say. So tell me about this 2-day CBD educational activation that you have for South by.
Well, South by, as you know, is one of the largest events in North America for culture, tech, and community.
Yep.
So Cannabis Now is the presenting host of the first ever South by Southwest official hemp and CBD activation. South by Southwest actually chose Cannabis Now to be the first host of this official event because we've been on the forefront of the cannabis industry and we have such a mature conversation around the plant. So we are not bringing in an aggressive stoner activation. We're not talking about THC. It's completely focused on health, wellness, and education around the hemp and CBD aspects of the plant.
Gotcha. So I see you'll have panel discussions. Professional athletes will be on your panels.
Well, for the athlete panel, we have Matt Barnes, who is a former NBA champion with the Warriors and now retired NBA player. We also have former NFL players. We also have college athletes who are now in the industry, an executive from Ease Wellness, and another former NFL trainer who can speak to the non-player aspect of the industry from the coach's perspective and the trainer's perspective.
Okay, cool. This sounds
and that will be tomorrow at the 12th at the venue, which is right here on 6th Street, and it will be from 1 to 2, which is open to the public, general admission, as well as South by Southwest badge holders.
Gotcha. And this is on both days from 1 to 2.
On the 12th, the doors will open at 1 o'clock, and we will go till 2 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Throughout the day, it will be education and activation and product launches, and then starting at 5 p.m., we will have live music with our headliner starting around 10 p.m. So tomorrow night we will have Currency, who's just come off tour with Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
And then Devin the Dude will be on the 13th.
Gotcha. Okay. 1 till midnight on Tuesday and from noon till midnight on Wednesday. Is that correct?
That's right. And it's 516 East 6th Street. It's called The Venue. You'll see a big old hemp field right on the front of the venue walking. But due to popular demand and the pre-registration sign-up list, we've actually decided to extend the entertainment till 2 a.m.
All right. Well, such a pleasure to talk to you, Eugenio. Eugenio Garcia, of course, is the Cannabis Now founder. Again, check out their 2 events. South by Southwest's first official hemp-focused event at the venue on 6th Street. That'll be Tuesday the 12th and also Wednesday the 13th on 6th Street for South by Southwest. So thank you so very much for giving me a call today.
Thank you very much, brother. Remember, the future of cannabis is happening now.